Everyone, I'm back with our story today. We are on to Millie. We heard a lot about Jeremy. You guys made some good problems and solution ideas for me yesterday. Jeremy is stuck in a little bit of a predicament. Nobody believes him. He's trying to find somebody that does. So we are on to chapter 8 with Millie now. So let's see what's happening with Millie. All through September, Millie had been permitted precisely an hour of reconnaissance in the morning. After that, Teacher Greenleaf, who was almost as old as Aunt Yetta, but considerably less indulgent, would call her into class. Millie would scramble down the train and go to her lessons in the dim little schoolborough, which was like most yard dwellings, which was half underground. When her school day was over, she'd visit old Aunt Yetta, where as part of her tribe leading training, she was studying her herb lore. That's probably part of their studying. Ginger, old Aunt Yetta said on a rainy afternoon in October. Millie picked up a gnarled beige-colored root for nausea, morning sickness, and Millie paused thinking, you should know this. You should know what ginger is used for. Old Aunt Yetta said, digestion. Old Aunt Yetta nodded, then named her other herb, black cahoosh. Millie selected a thin branch covered with frilly white blossoms in a tiny round green pod. Cramps and bone fret. Tincture or tea? Old Aunt Yetta sighed. Nay, smart as you are, you can do better than this. What will you be doing when I'm gone? This is going to be your job. I'll be gone too, Millie thought. She'd find a way to shed her fur and keep it from coming back. She was sure it could be done. She'd leave the forest and find her real tribe. She would. Millie! After all these years, old Aunt Yetta knew exactly what Millie was thinking. Shaking her head, she set out a small snackle, like the crumbly, sweet whole wheat biscuits that she knew were Millie's favorites. A wheel of goat cheese, made from milk of her own goat, Esmeralda, and a jar of lavender honey. She piled on the scones made with chives she snipped from her garden. Heavy clotted cream, small sweet apples, dried cherries, and a fun-sized Snickers bar as a treat. Like the rest of the tribe, old Aunt Yetta was forever trying to fatten Millie up, always keeping a cookie or a sweet in her pocket, putting extra sugar into Millie's tea, extra butter on her bread, and cream on top of her morning oats. That afternoon, Aunt Yetta stuck a small candle into the middle of the seed cake. Happy name night to you. Happy name night to you, she warbled in a low, soft-key voice. I know it isn't until tonight, but I wanted to be wishing you all the best, said old Aunt Yetta. As she wrapped a rectangular box, she handed her a wrapped rectangular box with a bow on top besides Millie's plate. For when you're done. The yard didn't celebrate birthdays and said that they honored the 7th day after a baby was born, when the little one received a name. Millie's real name is Millietta, but she's always been called Millie, or Little Bit, or Smallfoot, or Little Silver, or Little Silver because of her fur, because her fur hasn't changed. Remember, she hasn't changed into the dark brown yet. She's still white. Millie smiled and clapped. Thank you, thank you. Nothing, said old Aunt Yetta, which in the instance, you're welcome, even though I'm still a little upset with you. Millie tucked it in, old Aunt Yetta watching her for her approval. Didn't you eat your snackle at school? Millie shrugged. The truth was she's been thinking so much about the noise and the bustle across the lake that she barely remembered to nibble the cheese and crackers Teacher Greenleaf had served. Were you daydreaming again? Said old Aunt Yetta. Millie sighed. In a No-Fur book I am reading, I learned about elections. Did you know that the No-Furs pick their leaders and it doesn't even matter much what clan they are from? What are they calling their leaders? Millie crunched a bite of apple. A president. A president? Old Aunt Yetta corrected her. The name is not the mattering. You could be from anywhere, anyone, any clan. As long as you're good and fair, the No-Furs like you, you can be their leader. She kicked the wooden chair in the heel of her small foot. It barely made a sound, which only made Millie madder. And the No-Fur, who doesn't want to be the leader, can go on and do anything else, like singing or dancing. Oh, Millie, said old Aunt Yetta, which smoothed the silver gray fur from Millie's forehead. Millie ate another scone. The breeze had been rustling the tree branches, and it all had died down. And in the quiet, Millie and old Aunt Yetta heard a burst of laughter from across the lake. Will my father do the mailing tomorrow? Millie asked, her tone in a casual voice. Old Aunt Yetta sighed. She knew that Millie's interest in the mailing and the town of Standish and the Nofers who lived there and anything but casual. How did we get the mailing box? Millie asked. How we did it? We did it online, said old Aunt Yetta in a tone that Millie knew not to pursue the subject. But someone must have gone to the posting office. Someone must have had to talk to a Nofer and get the key, because they wouldn't have mailed us a key if there wasn't a box to put mail in. Nay, Millie, old Aunt Yetta was practically groaning. Millie raised her head. Her eyes shone in her furry face. I bet there's a way for us to unfur ourselves, to go out into the world. I bet my father. Millie, said old Aunt Yetta, that's enough. There must be a way, and if there is, I will find it. Old Aunt Yetta stifled yet another groan. So let's see what it's going to do next, this Miss Millie. You think she's going to find a way to shed her fur and go see the Nofers, or go across the lake, or go into town? I don't know. We will continue tomorrow with this. Remember, this afternoon, there's no questions on this. Just listen to this. You can log this into your reading log as you're reading and answer a question. That's perfectly fine. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you later.